All right, we live here, and I got your mics muted. I needed that. Yep. All right, so I'm pulling it up on the screen. How's everybody doing today? Everybody doing all right? All right. So today is Sunday, October 30th, 2022. Today we are talking about couples who can survive the fake gender wars. I'm going to say this again. Couples who can survive the fake gender wars. So I'm going to go straight into it right now. The definition of couples: two individuals of the same sort considered together, two people who are married, engaged, or otherwise closely associated romantically or sexually. Trust me, I need to do this because I need to set a foundation, but we're going somewhere tonight. But this morning, I'm sorry. Survive definition, because I said couples who can survive the fake gender wars. The definition of survive that I'm going with is continue to live or exist, especially in spite of danger or hardship. Fake definition: not genuine, counterfeit, a thing that is not genuine, a forgery, or a sham. Couples who can survive the fake gender wars. Now, gender wars: a so-called war that is occurring online between particular males and particular females. On one hand, you have females pushing the narrative that all men are misogynistic, cheaters, abusers, narcissistic, and uncaring. On the other hand, you have males pushing the narrative that females are superficial, only caring about looks, money, fame, height, unloyal, promiscuous, dishonest, and inherently evil. These two narratives have caused both men and women online to harass and bully each other to the point where both genders appear to be at war with each other. While some men and women do follow these stereotypes, not every person, male or female, is a quarter as bad as the internet makes each gender to be. So if you go out to the real world, which a lot of you should, and if you're out, stop looking at your smartphones and look up, you'll see that there's good people associated with both genders. Now, couples that can make it versus everyone else. Think about this. Couples that catch on to things fast. Okay? Couples that catch on to things fast versus couples that learn hard lessons. Things are changing fast. If you two aren't evenly yoked, then how can two people keep up with fast change? Think about it. Couples that are grounded versus couples who are in survival mode. Excuse me. These people don't co-create successful couples. People call these the last days. And according to Isaiah 5:20, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that puts bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. The flip. Remember, man, and this is for the men, if you ever date a woman that hates her father, and if her mother never was successful with men, then it's a strong chance that she will turn out the same way, consciously or subconsciously, or both. Stay away from men and women who have a history of choosing horrible partners, because it's a 99.9% chance they are horrible too. Like attracts like. Like attracts like. Like attracts like. One major red flag for a potentially bad partner is listen carefully how they describe their exes and the way they break up or leave things. Listen out for how they take accountability in their stories. He or she will tell you, because it happens on both sides. He or she will tell you that they will describe you, how they will describe you if you two ever broke up. God forbid. Now, this is funny, but I had to say it. I have never met a woman whose ex was not a narcissist. That was not shots. Those were not shots. But I have never met a woman whose ex was not a narcissist. Now, when you need an excuse, and any excuse will do, here are some of my favorite parental excuses that scar children as far as partnership breaks. Now, number one, we fell out of love. Shout out to For Better or Worse. Number two, we are going in different directions. Right at the exact time when one of the partners is making new money or so-called leveled up. That's usually when that happens. Number three, as soon as I got that new job, I magically knew that it was time for me to be single. And my co-workers kept encouraging me that I can do better. Thanks, co-workers. We're not in the relationship business. You are my co-workers in a different business, but thank you for relationship advice. And then number four, this is a funny one. Y'all gotta, and this is unisex. This is men and women. You keep telling me what to do at the times when I don't know what to do, but don't nobody tell me what to do. That's good. That sounds so crazy. I'm gonna say it again. You keep telling me what to do at the times when I don't know what to do, but don't nobody tell me what to do. That's number four. Pray for those people. Number five, we were young. Yeah, we were young when we got together. So you snatched their driver's license because they got that when they were young too? Or no, you don't do that. No, you shouldn't do it. No, you shouldn't snatch their driver's license. Many of these people will call their ex abusive, toxic, demanding, controlling, and a narcissist. These are the general talking points for the United States fake gender war and divorce Olympics. Yeah, the divorce Olympics. Many men and women that were raised in two-parent households, they don't look at being a strong, independent single parent as an empowering thing. However, it could be a peaceful thing, according to me asking them. Now, this is the type of talk where I got to put zodiac signs in. But I got some bad news. Here are my compatible zodiac couples. So if you know your sign, then I am talking about the bad, since it's the bad that makes groups fail or breakups happen. Right? Do you break up because it's going so good? Or do you break up because some bad happened that you ain't ready to deal with? Here we go. Aries. Aries is compatible with anyone that they can use. Aries. I'm going to say it again. Aries is compatible with anyone that they can use. 2, Aquarius. Younger people that they can dominate. Aquarius likes younger people that they can dominate. Or older people that can teach them how to dominate younger people. Shout out to Aquarius. Pisces. Study older Pisces. They love being alone when they have their team of sexual partners and people that they have power over. Pisces will always have a hold of a certain group of people. Taurus men. Next, Taurus men. Taurus men become better pimps and players with age, and Taurus women become the most stubborn sign of the zodiac. Yeah. Taurus women can make Aries women look like Mother Teresa. Yeah. Moving forward. Gemini. Remember, whether it's male or female, there are many people in their bodies. It's a fact. So playing craps and dating an unhealed or undeveloped Gemini is damn near the same thing. So again, playing craps with your head over your eyes and dating an unhealed or undeveloped Gemini is damn near the same thing. Moving on. Leos. Now the Leo women, they love man and so-called power, and they'll be faithful to him as long as he stays in power. He stays powerful and has money. A Leo woman will jump ship when times get hard, but they will always meet their next partner when they are going through hard times in their life. And Leo men are bad or good, players, pimps, and some of them are dirty Macs. Yeah, I said it. Some of them are dirty Macs. Cancers. Once a good Cancer is gone, they gone forever. I have to realize that I did you wrong forever. Moving on. Virgo men. Virgo men grow up to become codependent women. Virgo men are generally compatible with women that don't love them. Virgo women can be pimps their whole lives if they want. They build anyone that they love to king status. But if you pour back into a Virgo woman, then you are only turning up their pimp my life superpowers. So if you pour back into a Virgo woman, you're turning up her pimp my life superpowers. Scorpio men. Scorpio men want to use everyone that they meet, and they use secret information against groups of people to keep everyone divided but cool with them. And Scorpio women just like to dress nice all the time and have fun. Scorpio women need party partners. They don't need romantic partners. Scorpio woman needs to date a party partner where we just party all over the world together. Scorpio woman to do that. And they'll be fresh. And that will be nice. I'm not going to say nothing else about that. Libra men. Libra men need a strong woman to manage and control them. And Libra women try to act like boss Virgo women only when they're balanced or they feel balanced. So again, if a Libra woman is flexing on you, she feels balanced or she is balanced. If a Libra woman is not flexing on you, she doesn't feel balanced. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? All right. Sagittarius, men become more psychotic and independent the older that they get. Many of them are paranoid, and most of their paranoia comes from the actual bullshit that they have done. Sagittarius women. Now, Sagittarius women are cool homebodies. They love to date men that make them crazier. I'm going to say that again. Sagittarius women, they're cool homebodies that love to date men that make them crazier. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Last but not least, Capricorn men. They gonna love this. Capricorn man will do anything for love in his older life. If he or if you or if any stranger is having an argument with a woman, a Capricorn male will always choose the sides of the women. Capricorn males are some of the biggest simps to women that they like. But when the passion wears off, that same Capricorn male will treat her like she never existed. Capricorn women grow up going hard for men. But if it doesn't work, they will trap themselves in friends with benefit scenarios and they will marry their jobs that are actually or that are usually careers making powerful men better. So I always tell Capricorn women, why don't you become an entrepreneur's wife and become his manager and secretary, and y'all can live happily ever after, or happily longer. Super couple definition, because now we talking about super couples. Now, super couple is a popular wealthy pairing that intrigues and fascinates the public in all obsessive fashion, right? Now, if you want to make it in love, keep your so-called family, keep your so-called friends, keep these fake-ass religious leaders and the general public out of your business. All of them will use negative information against you instead of trying to help you. They are destroying homes all over the world. It's a fact. But watch this. Because again, we're talking about couples that can make it through this gender war, this fake gender war. Never get with a person that shuts down on you when you need their best inputs. You see what I'm saying? A train is coming. That freeze, shut down stuff, that does not help nothing. Only date, be in a relationship with, or marry someone who knows how to speak when they are angry. Watch this. Watch it. Check out these bars. Be with someone that can respect you. You. Be with someone who can respect you in all of their mindsets. That was crazy to me. I was like, that makes so much sense. Be with someone that can respect you in all of their mindsets. Some people say marriage takes two good apologizers and two good forgivers. I say marriage takes two people practicing not doing unforgivable things. I don't care what. Y'all heard what Pac said. You can tell them what's going. You can tell them whatever you want, but you and I know what's going on. So while profiling couples who are really in love, so I'm profiling couples who are really in love. I'm about 30 years into this. I notice how one partner listens to their spouse speak. And I notice how they give each other great eye contact. I didn't say some eye contact. I said great eye contact. This is my favorite movie, eye contact. It's the opposite of hate and intimidation. Because when someone hates you, many people won't even look or want to look at you. Only you and your spouse or your partner are in your relationship. Once outsiders get in, it's over. It's done. So the true secret to longevity, and this could be in intimate marriage or this can be in business marriage, but no marriage is perfect. Now check this out. I like this. That's why I want to put this in here. No marriage is perfect. There were times when she gave up on us. There were even more times when I gave up on us. The secret to longevity is that we never gave up at the same time. The hallmark of a good relationship is when one person goes crazy at one time. No, seriously, I thought that was boring, so I had to put that in there. If y'all giving up at the same time, that's like, duh. And that makes sense. Everybody gives up. But if you do it at the same time, if it makes sense at the same time. I had something I was going to say, but that would not sound appropriate. I just don't have a good feeling about that. What type of people should we couple with? Should we connect with people that love us? I love you. Or should we connect with people that respect us? I got a mad respect for you. Hard-headed people said both. Both wasn't an option, genius. When you respect someone, you tend to know how to act. But when you love someone, you can lose your mind. Winning respect in relationships is the same as earning it in business. Most arguments and huge fights start with misconceptions. Frame of reference is everything. And people often confuse thoughts with emotions. And they confuse emotions with thoughts. You know, the way I feel, who cares? This might make some people mad. The great Kevin Samuels said, now watch this. According to one of our mentees, we was talking about some relationship stuff. And he quoted Kevin Samuels on this. Since we talking about couples that can make it through these fake gender wars, which I thought was cool, which I thought was a cool ad. He said, Kevin Samuel said, my father was a soldier and my mother is his secretary. My aunt is a crime scene investigator and her husband is a trash truck driver. My uncle is a mailman and his wife is a leasing office worker. My mentor is a stockbroker and his wife is a hairstylist. These are my power couples, end quote. And I was like, that actually made a lot of sense. Those are power couples. I think we got it twisted. But in the westernized modern world, men have to be perfect, according to a lot of young men who I talk to. And they say she has to be average. She can be average. We shouldn't raise our young males to think this way. No one should have to be perfect. But striving for perfection works perfectly. Get it? Perfectly. I tell men that you shut up women. If you want women to shut her up with your work. Now, are the cards breaking up people? A lot of people started getting the tarot cards. This cracking me up, the people that are like saying that. I'm like, I didn't know you was into that. So I guess when I was talking to people about it, I was going to hell. But now people are like, my tarot reader said, I'm like, nope, see, I didn't say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing about your tarot. But again, the online tarot card community, they did a mass, all of them didn't do it. I know, I'm talking about a specific group. They did a mass ritual over the public's relationships. Facts. I'm telling you, they did a mass ritual to change a lot of the public's relationships. I've been studying the evolution of its topics and how the general public is adjusting their lives to what the cards connected to their favorite readers have to say. I'll say it again. I've been studying the evolution of these topics and how the general public is adjusting their lives to what the cards connected to their favorite readers have to say. Because my tarot card, I'm telling y'all, they switched up a lot of people's love lives. A quick observation of the affirmation lovers, because I'm running into a lot of my deep people again, and a lot of them are saying, I'm allowing the synchronicities. And I'm like, I just asked you about your love life. Jason, I am allowing synchronicities. And I said, what's the definition of synchronicities? And how does that definition fit with your love life? This is them. I don't follow. So I'm like, if you don't follow, stop talking with that deep voice that you go with, bro. You just literally said, I don't know. Are you saying I don't know smart? I don't know. Look at it. Look at it. Okay. The definition of synchronicities is the simultaneous occurrence of events which appear significantly related but not discernible casual connections. This is happening a lot. Why do twin flames and so-called soulmates separate if they're meant to be together? And you know that saying, if it's meant to be, then they'll find a way back, or I'll find my way back. I say free will allows you to destroy it or fix it. So ain't nothing gonna happen if one of y'all don't exercise your free will. So I'm gonna break down 2 cases of couples that y'all need to stay away from, but we can learn from. This is so funny, but I swear I will say it. Case 1, because I grew up in a I don't even want to say the township, but I grew up around a lot of diversity. And I chose to public speak in high school from a comedic standpoint. And I was number 1. So to make diverse people laugh on a Monday morning, and teachers and administrators, you got to know who you're dealing with, right? So I have been studying arrogance. Because think about it. If everybody's depressed, where's all the arrogant people? Think about it. If everybody was starving and people was walking around with full stomachs, I'm hanging with you. How did you do that? I'm starving. So if everybody's depressed, I'm like, where's all the arrogant people? So I said, I'm about to study all the prettiest white women that I know. And I'm going to have them put me on game. Forget it. And they said ugly white women run the world and they run men. Some of them said that. I was cracking up. But to make a long story short, pretty white women tell me that they love guys that are into themselves. And I said, isn't that a setup to call him a narcissist when you're mad at him? And 70% of the white women that I was talking to in this research was like, ha, 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 ha. And lightning and thundering was in the background. Because they knew I knew what was up. But again, a lot of attractive women of all cultures, they love men who are into themselves and know where they going and da 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 da. And I'm focused, and you ain't taking me off my path. And I'm mad at him now. And all of that turned into he's selfish. He only cares about himself. He's a narcissist. Case number 2. I know there's more to this story, but I don't care. It's valid and it's going around to the proper channel. So I know this is going to be a case study forever, but I think I know what it is. According to our talks. Here we go. Mom leaves her husband of 14 years for a stranger she was convinced was her soulmate after one magical night at a conference, only to be ghosted by him. And watch this. Her husband was there with her at the actual conference. This coffee's making me burp. Mom leaves her husband of 14 years for a stranger she was convinced was her soulmate after one magical night at a conference, only to be ghosted by him, and her husband was there with her actually at the actual conference. So, who do you blame? Some people blame men, some people blame women. From my research, are there more women that are unhappy with their husbands than husbands that are unhappy with their wives? From my research, women are with men that they don't love in this day and age. Women are actually with men that they don't love. So why not tell him the first day you felt it? I'm studying all type of domestic violence cases that could have been prevented. Because if you move too fast, according to what they show in a lot of these cases, you can't spring news you can't spring news like that on men raised in single parent homes. Those males react differently than men. And a lot of bad karma older men prey on naive single mothers while their children's human rights and children's rights are being violated. Another reason for this fast behavior is that many women are in major competition with other women. Major competition with other women for money, career, love, happiness, houses, travel. When her best teammate should be her man. You know why? Because he doesn't care about the female competition that you're in. We are literally a few years away from a global pandemic. Remember the world shutting down? So screw your little competitions and petty beefs. Everyone that was ready for the first lockdown was not consumed with petty competitions. They were too busy getting ready for BS. And if y'all have children around 9, it's like Branch did on the Trolls movie. That was my favorite character. Everybody was playing. He was like, nah, man, I just got a bad feeling. And he was a darker troll. He could have been black. Now remember, a lot of people seem attractive until you see how they think. Another sign of a true power couple is their ability to still laugh together. Always remember that you two are on the same team, especially if you have children with them. We don't need each other. We want each other. Because do humans behave differently when they need something or when they want something? The definition of need is to require something because it's essential or very important, expressing a necessity or obligation. But want definition is to have a desire to possess or to do or something to wish for. Desire definition is a strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. So what happens when you lose strong feelings for something or someone? But I have feelings for you, but I'm scared. You cannot protect yourself from sadness without protecting yourself from happiness too, though. You see what I'm saying? Nah, sadness. But happiness can't get in there either. One of my homeboys said this, I just got to say it. One of the most funniest things on the planet, because everybody was mad. And I'm going to say it because I believe in this. There is no God in modernized American marriage. Oh, Jason said there's no God in marriage. Well, get the Tootsie Roll out of your ear, because I said there's no God in modernized American marriage. First of all, if God was in it, then your feelings for each other would grow. It would grow in God. And many more aspects of it should grow too, right? Or no? Another thing. God is being used to get you in it. And the devil is at the end of it. No, it's not. Marriage is a beautiful thing. No, I'm talking about according to the divorce statistics. So I'm just talking about that. I'm not talking about all the exceptional cases. I'm just talking about divorce cases. Okay, because I was ready to argue, I know. So I'm just going to stick with the failure rate. Okay? Now, is God being used to get you in it and the devil is at the end of it? According to the failure rate, we can say possibly, right? So is there no God in a modernized marriage? Or does the devil use God's name to get you married? Remember, Watch this, because I know a lot of people are, or if they see this one day, they'll before you get mad, check this out. Before the wedding, if you scream out that you want to get married under God's laws and principles, everyone will cheer and congratulate you and say, psst. In divorce court, if that same man wants to divorce according to God's laws, everyone will laugh and mock him. So I thought to myself, I promise you, I said, hold on. So does the devil use God's name to get you married then? Because if God only works at the beginning and there's nothing about God in the ending, does the devil use God's name to get you married in modernized places? Just a question. Now, being involved with a person with a split personality. Y'all got to really feel me on this. So, remember I told you about the divorce Olympics and the breakup Olympics? Y'all got to understand, if everybody's breaking up, then people are hooking up. New couples are being formulated. Thanks to current divorce rate and the breakup Olympics, new couples are being formulated. We're not talking about that. Think about it. We're talking about a lot of breakups and they don't talk and they're not together no more and blah, 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 blah. New couples are being formulated. Nobody will stay single forever, right? Right. Now, from my research, new relationship houses are formulating under the most demonic foundations. And how long do you think these cursed situations will last? And I am also seeing a lot of the new men and new women. Because again, I'm trying to see it from a broad standpoint. A lot of these new couples and these new relationships are very prideful with it. The bad news about that is, because y'all are not studying the endings. Y'all just like, ooh, you single. Y'all not saying, how did it end? How did it end? How did it end? How did it end? Because how it ended is connected to karma. But it's a lot of, oh my God, girl, look at him, he's single. Oh my God, look at her, she's single. Why? How did it end? Tell me about your ex and shut up and let them talk. And if it's a smear campaign, oh, they pushed me down the steps and they picked up the house and they threw it on me. And listen to that. Don't shut them down. Listen to that. Really be interested and be like, what? They picked up the house like the Incredible Hulk and threw it on you? Yeah, they brought in some ninjas and they all jumped me but they brought in some ninjas and they listen to all of that. Because I'm telling you, like I said, I didn't want to say this, too early, but stop focusing on the breakups, y'all. These new relationships are formulating from messy breakups to messy new relationships. So I'm studying the foundations of these relationships. Now, let me tell you the bad news about this is a lot of these new relationships, they left from old relationships in messy, horrible ways, right? So a lot of these people have split personalities. And again, this is just a warning to all of y'all. I'm just telling you. Dating a new person with a split personality or multiple personality is dangerous. Watch this. To the new prideful person, when the person with the split personality eventually snaps out of it, of being mad at their old lover or lovers, they will tell their old lover what the new prideful person or people was doing. Especially, watch this, especially when the patterns of these realities are present. Meaning, if they have a history of doing that, I'm telling you, I've been literally seeing that. I've been literally like, man, everybody's breaking up. Well, let me look over here. Man, everybody's formulating new couples. So again, I'm not saying all of y'all believe in karma, but let's just say hypothetically, relationships and marriages end horribly, and you jump from that to another energy, and then that ends horribly, and then you jump from that, and you jump from that. You see what I'm saying? You jump from that female to that female. You jump from that male to that male. Because society is trending that. But y'all got to understand, what you're getting away with, it is a test. They letting everybody do PPP loans. No. If everybody's getting away with it, it's a test. It won't last long, I promise you. It's a weeding out thing. So in close, there is a war on balance. Just like balance is a war on chaos. Just like order is a war on chaos. Just like discipline is a war on chaos. Now imagine a power couple without balance, order, and discipline, which is an energy that existed before humans. But congratulations, it also exists in humans now. Balance, order, and discipline. There's other principles and attributes, but we're going to stick with those three right now. So, looking at life from a macro means chaos will always be here. It will always try to creep in by any and all things balance, order, and discipline. Because balance, order, and discipline comes out of chaos. So if it comes out of chaos, we should be trying to follow it. Right? So leave chaotic people alone, because chaos is always hiring. Chaos works really well with the ignorant. Just like balance, order, and discipline works really well with the knowing. All right? And when we are about to begin a new relationship, during the courting process, we are getting to know their balance, order, and discipline better. Okay? So, if you two have been together for a while, then upgrading your balance, order, and discipline will definitely bring that old spark back, which is a new spark, because that old spark worked already. I will cut it there. Thank you for joining me for another Sunday Bars presentation. Looking forward to building with you next time. Let's work. Any questions, let's put them in the chat and then we can get it in. Peace and love. Peace and love.